want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I come out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another installment of Dream Talk. I'm your host, Zach Krupp, aka The Genie, aka Dreamcat Solana. And today, let me tell you what we're going to be talking about. The title is You're Not Suffering, You're Becoming. We're going to talk about the pain. We're going to talk about the hardships. And we're going to talk about the plus side of all these things. In addition, we wanted to start adding in some more current events, some more economics, some more crypto-based stuff, because we talk about dreams and we apply it to crypto and meme coins and Dreamcat, of course, right? But we want to kind of reel it in and also give you real world stuff. So we're going to be talking about the potential for hyperinflation. Maybe you don't even know what that means. It's important. You should hear about it. And we're also going to talk about the Great Reset, valid current events that are going on as the world unfolds, as things happen. So shout out to the people pulling up. We got famous Amos in the building. Our mainstream here is on X, on Twitter. Welcome aboard. I see we got a few people from YouTube who for some reason are always younger and never know what's going on. This is self-help, personal development. Maybe you want to learn about crypto. Maybe you want to learn about money. But shout out to David and Jordy. I see you, Jordy, in here. Okay. So how it's going to work is Bubba Gump's going to comment. I see you, sir. I see Akari in the building. How it's going to work is we are going to do a topic, twofold topic, threefold topic. I threw away what I was going to do. It's all off the top. So you're going to enjoy it. Then we are going to take a look at some crypto charts and things, look at the Dreamcat chart, and we're going to do a few quotes of the day, and we're also going to do 3 giveaways. If you want to win the giveaways, here's how you enter to win. You still have 13 more minutes to show up to the stream. If you're on X, retweet the stream and comment here in the live chat. If you do that, you're entered to win 10,000 Dream. If you're on another platform like Facebook or YouTube, drop in the comments and chop it up with us. I don't understand, Kelly. I'm not an AI. If I was an AI, how would I know that you're Kelly? Okay. Always. Anyway, so that's what we got going on. Let's dive in. No time to wait. No time to waste. Let's get into it. So, holy moly, where do we start? All right, I want to tell you where today's topic is coming from. We got some great feedback last week. People enjoyed it. People liked it. I love to hear that. And where we're coming from this week is I had a topic lined up. I had something that I wanted to speak about, and I just got back from the barber shop. So I went to go get a haircut, and I had a conversation with my barber, and I said, you know what? The way I got so enthused about this conversation, we are just going to apply this to what we're talking about today here instead. And that was just kind of what I was led by. I said, you know what? We're calling an audible, and let's just make it fresh. So I'm just going to take you through the story. And I'm going to show you how it aligns with the markets down, Bitcoin's down today, how it aligns with the Great Reset, hyperinflation, how it aligns to everything. So it's going to be freaking good. All right. I was at my barber, real nice guy. Okay. Chopping it up, having a good conversation. And somehow we started talking about anxiety. Anyone out there experienced anxiety before? You've had anxiety. Maybe it's like some pressure in your chest. You have a lot of stress going on in your life. Maybe you feel some tingling in your limbs. Maybe you feel a splitting headache. Anxiety can show its face in a lot of different forms. Or like you're doing your normal things, but you feel on the edge, like you're about to I don't know, you could feel like you're going to pass out or freak out. That's kind of anxiety, right? So we talked about anxiety and panic attacks. And I said, I'll tell you how it came up. Because he said, 2001 in COVID, I started losing my hair. I said, hey, I started losing my hair sort of around that time too, because of a really heavy stress event, because I started having anxiety. And that's how we got into it. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of that story, but I'm going to pinpoint the importance of this conversation. So I don't need to give you my whole story, but ultimately, hard life situations, one after the other. This is what caused my anxiety. So it was like losing my job, thought I had a brain tumor, moving home, sleeping on an air mattress, getting attacked by a dog, family issues, and then COVID, right? So like when you're beat up, when you're vulnerable because you're beat up, you're less strong than you normally are. Maybe, things are good right now. You have a great job. You go to the gym. So you feel strong. You have friends. You feel strong. But if you were to get in a big divorce and then your favorite dog was to die and then there was a pandemic that shut down your business, you'd be vulnerable. There'd be chinks in your armor, and this would make you susceptible to anxiety, panic attacks, depression, hard times, health issues. And so that's what happened to me. Basically, I'm the most positive person in the world, dreamer, all the good things. And I just got beat down. And the uncertainty of not knowing and all these things just kind of beat me up and beat me down. And I mention all that to say, yes, that's when I started losing my hair. Other things started happening. I don't even remember. I don't care. I'm not here to wallow in my self-pity. The reason I say all this is because as I told the story, I said, yeah, here's exactly what happened to me. Here's exactly what happened to me. And if I knew now, today, back then, what I know today, it would have never happened and it wouldn't have lasted as long. But because it did happen, because I was beat in, because I was beat up, because I got the rug ripped out from underneath me, because I had to fall on my face and become a shell of myself. Now, what I told him, literally while I'm getting my haircut, I said, now I'm effing him. I literally swore on the spot. I said, now I'm effing him because you don't understand. Because I've been shaped, because I've been formed, now I have great strength. Because I went down and I did all that. And I was explaining other stuff. I said, yeah, I used to be The anxiety and panic was so bad that like I was scared to walk around the neighborhood. I was scared to go to the grocery store because what if I got a panic attack at the grocery store? And I had to stay in my current environment. Staying in a hotel was weird. And he's like, hey, how was your trip around the world? Right? And so that was the last time I saw him. And I said, I can tell you, I'm happy to say I've come a long way because I was totally lost. And the premise of the story is twofold. One, if you can go through the hard times and come back up, what can't you do? You're battle tested now. You're built. You have built strength through resilience. When you go to the gym and you do hard things, your muscles are like, ow, it hurts. It's breaking down. Temporarily, they're weaker. You're like, man, I did 20 reps and now I'm trying to do one and my arm can't even do it. It's weaker. But because you beat it up, because you break it down, it gets stronger. This is how you develop strength. And so when I said to him, I said, yeah, man, now, people are going to have a hard time competing with me because maybe they had the easy road, right? I remember asking, God, why me? Why do I have to go through all this? And I believe that I went through all these things because I have a big destiny that's filled with hardships and trials. And that's just what it takes to do anything great. And so we'll get to it in a second, but okay, all those things happen. I felt good. And I said, now someone else who's competing me along the way, that's not my only hardship. That's just one. I had a major setback in college. Those are the two that come off. My whole childhood was hard. My whole childhood suffering. Like I was sick from like 2 to like 9, sick all the time. Asthma, allergies, can't breathe, all this crap, sick all the time, throwing up. And now I look back and I say, it must have been part of the plan, because now as I'm going along, when I experience hardships, I'm not going to get knocked out of the game. I'm not going to get pushed back. And bear with me because I'm flipping this to you in a second. That's what I understand now. Here's something else I understand. I've been on the streets. I've talked to people who are homeless. A lot of those people have suffered from drug addiction. Do you know what the common theme is between 96% of the people who I talked to who are homeless, which realistically was maybe like 35-ish people over the course of 2 or 3 years hanging out on the streets? Every single one of them faced a hardship. They faced major suffering in their life. What happened to them? Hello, Kelly. I'm going to read your comments here in a second. Bear with us. I'm going to just finish up this point and I'll pull up and answer your questions here. I just don't want to get distracted. See, now I'm already distracted. What was I talking about? Gosh, dang, Kelly. Homeless people, 35 on the street. Every single one I've spoken to, the common theme was, 96% will say, was that they all had a moment of suffering. They cheated on their wife. The wife kicked them out. They never recovered. Their father died in a car accident. They used to have a career. They used to have a job. They got so down on themselves. They had a lot of pain and they didn't know how to handle that pain. They didn't know how to carry that pain. So they turned to a substance, something to numb the pain. And basically, they never recovered. All of us in life are going to experience hardships. Oh, and they're here in crypto. Well, that's why we're going to talk about it. Because if Bitcoin's going down, if your bag's getting lower and lower every day, if your meme coin that you invested in 10 months ago is down 90%, you're suffering. Or at least you think you're suffering. But what I'm here to tell you is that the thing you're trying to avoid, the thing you may want to escape from, let me just sell my losses and get out of here and move on to something else. You're trying to escape the part where you become. Becoming is the light of the suffering. The suffering is here so you can become. You have to conquer it. You have to work through it. You have to move forward with it. Okay. And so that's the initial story. And I'm just going to segue that into your experience in crypto and also what we have going on with the Great Reset potentially or hyperinflation. And we're going to chop through all these things. But Kelly has concerns. Let's see what Kelly says. That's a fake one. AI. Okay. But how will you give a pain attacks? Like, why do you know like this is a thing that is a little ball that can kill you that you eat, but it's a candy? Okay. For some reason, I say this every week, and I just I got to level up, man. I am not at my peak level. That's for sure. I could do 100 times better. So we want to get in that flow. But I've said probably for 6 weeks now, oh, my YouTube algorithm, something's wrong with it for some reason. It makes these YouTube videos get seen by a younger audience. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm the best YouTuber. There's no one better than me. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, onwards, right? So what a different way to move. I want to share something else. I shared a voice note. Shout out to everyone who's pulling up, by the way. Shout out to people who are retweeting, dropping a comment. Mr. Scene, shout out to you, sir. Share this out if you can. Shout out to Amos. I see you quote tweeted. Let me retweet you. Shout out to Amos. So I made part 2 here. We're getting along. I made a voice note in the Telegram community most recently. Okay, let's see who's this on Facebook. Hot air balloon ride. My man. Finally here live. Welcome. I made a voice message in the Telegram a couple days ago, and I'm going to share it with you here. And the topic was, it was a thought that aligns with what I'm talking about here. When you've experienced a lot of suffering, when you've been punched in the face, when you've been knocked down, it is very easy for you to become a victim. So you go from being strong and, hey, I'm going to take over the world, I'm going to be a billionaire, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh, man, my anxiety, please feel bad for me. Oh, I'm just suffering and you don't understand. I got attacked by a dog and, oh, I lost all my money and I had to move back home, resign from my job. Poor me, poor me. Everyone's going to suffer, but no one's coming to save you. And so when you do suffer, when you do get beat down, it's important to make sure that you don't get stuck in a victim mentality, because here is the absolute truth. If you are in a victim mentality, I'm going to tell you 2 things. Number 1, no one's coming to save you. So what are you gaining? Yeah, you can repeat your, oh man, poor me and this, and I wish I never did this. You can repeat those thoughts all day, but where are you going? A whole lot of nowhere. You're going nowhere. The second thing is, I realized as a successful person and in a even bigger aspiring successful person, wanted to be even bigger and bigger. I said, that type of thinking, when I think about it, is repulsive to me. And this is going to sound bad, like, oh, you some kind of jerk or something. I can't, this is just how it feels. When I am around victim, boohoo, poor me mindset, I can have compassion for someone who's going through a hard time. But when someone repeats it, when someone removes accountability and they say, oh man, like they complain about how bad things are, but they won't take the actions that are in front of them to change it. I don't feel bad for those people. And naturally, I feel negated from those people. I say, you keep that over there. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to feel whatever you're putting off. Dude, I don't want anything to do with that. I'll speak into you. I'll tell you what's ahead, but I don't want to be around that. So if you do, on the flip side, then if no one wants to be around this, poor me victim mindset that happens when you've suffered, how you handle the suffering. How are you handling your Web3 suffering? Oh man, I saw a guy in another Telegram group today in the Suki chat. Matter of fact, I was in the Suki chat today, and this guy's going on and on and on, trying to get other people to side with him about, man, everyone's trying to sell him the upside and he keeps going to the downside. Look, dude, it sounds bad, but beyond the initial conversation, nobody cares. Your own lack of belief, don't project it on us because you've suffered. Your bag's down a lot. Obviously, you couldn't it wasn't an investment for you. It must have been a gamble because obviously you can't handle it. So don't try to tell us how, oh, well, you got to see it from my point of view. And this is like, maybe I shouldn't buy more. Maybe I should just look at it and it makes me so sick I want to sell it. You are negating success away from you. You will not be successful. And we're doing this show. We do Dream Talk. The benefit that we can give you while markets are going down, why things are stagnant or uncertain, the benefit we can give you is this. In Dream Talk, we can give you the understanding, we can give you the education, we can give you the mindset, because this here right now is not suffering. It's not waiting. If you are paying attention, if you are engaged, if you are active, if you are stepping into things, then you are becoming. the process of becoming. You've either logged off or you're being built. You're developing calluses, okay, on your fingers from working out. You are getting stronger because you are carrying the weight and taking action anyways. This is what you must do. And this opportunity has presented itself for us here in crypto. This has presented itself to us now. And so as dreamers, you being here, we're sort of here to talk through it. We're sort of here to navigate it together to say, hey, you could log off and wonder and wish, or we could follow what's going on. And since we do the hard thing, become, right? We don't walk away. We don't log off. We're doing the hard thing of becoming. We're on top of our game and we're preparing. We're preparing for the abundance. When the abundance comes, when winning comes, because you did the research, people around you are going to call you lucky. Oh, dude, you got so lucky. Man, oh, should I buy right now? Is now a good time to buy? No, it's not. It's actually a horrible time to buy because you could have bought with 90% less risk when nobody cared, but you didn't care. You didn't have the attention span to go through suffering. You were only here for the finished product. You didn't want to root for the dreamer who was kicked out of their house and their electricity was shut off. You didn't want to root for them. You wanted to root for the person who was standing on stage and says, "Mom, I did it. I finally won a Grammy." Maybe you guys have seen that guy. I like him. He's like an Asian guy. He played in the Goonies and he was the snake in Zootopia 2. I like that guy. He had his heartfelt thing. I just want to say, matter of fact, if I pull it up for the music, they'll cut out some of the podcast, so I can't do that. But we've shared that clip. All right, now I want to shift gears a little bit. Oh, I got to take note who is here today in the comments. Looks like it's just Amos. I mean, Kelly, I don't know if you're old enough to have a Phantom wallet, but if you know anything about crypto or you are interested, I mean, you were here in the comments in the 20 minutes. So if you're chosen and you win, then hey. Wait, but there's like this little kind of thing that says this kid gets you that you can die from this tiny bar. When they touches you, you die. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kelly. I'm sorry. All right, shifting gears now. Shifting gears. Let's talk about these big, scary topics of the title. Hyperinflation and the Great Reset. Two little, I guess you could say, what would you call them? Clickbaity. Do you even know what they mean? Do you know what either one of these are? Let me tell you. First of all, let me tell you what hyperinflation is. Hyperinflation is something that you should be aware of. This is like doomsday kind of stuff. This happened in Nigeria, I think most recently in 2008. But it's basically where a country's dominant currency gets devalued so much because maybe they're just printing it into oblivion, if you understand that, or, they do different things to make the currency lose its value, usually by just creating more of it when it's not backed by anything. So an example would be, okay, we have $1 million in the world and they have a value, but then the government just starts printing more paper money out of thin air and pushes it in. When you only have 10 diamonds, the diamonds are very rare, but when you have 10 new diamonds each week with your original 10, they lose value more and more over time. Hyperinflation is where a country's currency gets lesser and lesser in value, that things get out of control. So maybe a box of cereal, like 5-10 years ago, a box of cereal was maybe $3, $3.50 for like the jumbo box, right? You get the king size Captain Crunch or whatever you eat for like $3.50, maybe $4, $4.50 or something for a box of Kellogg cereal. Today, that king size box, two things have happened. One, it's probably like $8.85, $8.90, depending where you go. That's insane. That's crazy. That's unsustainable. Unsustainable. Second, not only is it that, but they've reduced how much they're giving you. The companies have all cut corners. So the prices have gone up and they're still unreasonable. And at the same time, the companies have cut corners. This means they're giving you way less. They changed the size of the box. It's still as tall as it used to be, but now it's more slender. The ounces have slowly gone down. They've actually, in some cases, they started changing the ingredients. They said, man, how can we keep the same product on the shelf for a similar price, but still save money to combat raising prices and everything. Oh, we can get rid of some of our more high quality ingredients, put some more fillers in. This has happened before your eyes, much so in the COVID era. So in the last 4 or 5 years. So now I look at this and I say, okay, my warning signs, my blinkers are on. This ties into crypto completely, because the great reset that we're going to talk about next is going to move into crypto. This is on my radar, this hyperinflation business. Okay, it's happened a few times in life. Now, let me tell you what to be aware of for anyone out there. This is just alpha for your life. If you are to experience, let's just say hyperinflation happened in the world, or it happened in America, it just came out of nowhere, hyperinflation. What would you want to do, or what would happen, or what would be the result? In history, every time hyperinflation has happened, I think maybe 4 times in different countries over the course of 100 years, savers become losers. So people who are invested in dollars, you have $100,000 in the bank. Anyone who saved basically gets wiped out completely. Hyperinflation events wipe out wealth. It's a reconstruction of the wealth hierarchy. This is amazing for us to know, because if you're on the poor end of things now, this is also how you can leapfrog. This is also how you can get ahead. These kind of opportunities can change your life. If you're aware of them, if you're paying attention. This is why we're doing this right now here today. This is what I'm aware of, and I'm not even fully prepared yet. Okay? So when that happens, anyone who is saving in dollars gets wiped out. Sometimes the government things that have validity go away. So like, oh, don't worry, I got my money in the bank, but the bank's good for FDIC insurance and $100,000 or whatever the number is, or a couple $1 million. And like, it just fails. The bank, sorry, we don't have any money. The bank fails. The dollar is worthless. We're shifting to gold-backed cryptocurrency. We're shifting to Bitcoin, XRP. I don't know how it's going to work completely, but that's what happens. People who are savers are losers. A lot of people lose their job. It's not a good thing. When hyperinflation goes on, it can often lead to chaos. Now, I'm not pushing all doom. Hear me out. It can often lead to chaos because your box of cereal went from $3 to $9 to $12 to $15. What I look at is, we're kind of teetering on this edge of like, oh, it's not okay for a lot of people. You see people on TikTok complain about and how much they got, and I get it. I got organic bananas, a loaf of bread, and chips the other day, and it was $8, $3. Yeah, I think it was like $16. And even that felt like a lot for me. I got some more things, ice cream and whatever. And like, I don't know, I had a little basket of stuff and it was like $63. It was crazy. It was just a couple items. But some people, I mean, they're really in trouble from that. They have a family that they're already stretched as far as they can go. They're already in credit card debt. You know, they have the mortgage. And so the thing with these rising, everything's rising. You notice that everything's rising. When prices go up, they very rarely go down. Unless you're in meme coins, unless you're in crypto, prices can go up and they can still come back down in the crypto world. Okay. That can happen. Gas prices do go up and do go down. Oil does go up and does go down. Gold and silver does. But the price of a postage stamp, it doesn't go down. I've noticed this in like postage stamp used to be like 33 cents. It's like almost $1 for a stamp. If you want to send something with UPS or FedEx, I use discounted rates to give me like 40% off. But it may be like $40 to send a package with UPS. That's insane. That is unsustainable, crazy, insane, out of control, insane. Other things that are insane. Rent keeps going up, but it doesn't very often go down. It's been rising and rising and rising. Everywhere you go, I've been a renter before. Everywhere I go, after 1 year, they try to raise your rent every single time. Oh, you know, it's the economy. They say all this stuff, but the money you make isn't going up. And even if it is, the money's now worth less. That's the problem with inflation. So you're earning in dollars, you're holding in dollars, but your dollars are becoming less and prices of everything are becoming more. They're going up, up, up. And eventually, yeah, if you're rich and well off, which we all want to be, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it. But I mention all this to say, I do have some warning signs going off. I have researched it. You see the price. We talked about gold and silver last week. Gold and silver. Let's see if I can pull them up, maybe. Gold price. That's kind of convenient. Yeah, let's look at that. Would you look at that? All right. Let's show you this. All right, take a look at this. Let's talk about this for a second. On this whole great reset and hyperinflation stuff. This is why I am paying attention. Because this is the price of gold, okay? Currently, that's crazy. It was like $5,000 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Price of gold is $5,452 for 1 ounce. Look at this percentage. In the last 6 months, this is up 64%. Gold is up 64%. Now, if you go into history, look at this chart. Look at this chart. This is a 5-year chart. Those of you who know crypto, what do you feel? What do you think when you look at this gold chart? What are your thoughts on this? Oh, it's a mooner, right? It's going straight up. Is this going to be Tesla? Is this going to be Bitcoin and just go up, up, and up? No, usually what goes up comes back down. But why is it going up? Remember when I started talking about hyperinflation and around COVID era? See, there was, let's see, all time, how far it'll take me. 2014, this is only 12-year range. So it's not fully all time. But look, $2,000 or so, it's been ranging around $1,000, $2,000 for basically 10 years. For about 10 years, it went in that range. Now look at this gap here. 2022 to 2026, this 4-year span where COVID happened. This is telling you a message. This is telling you things. What this means, why do people buy gold? They buy gold because they're uncertain and they are scared. Maybe prices are going up. Maybe Trump is doing tariffs. Maybe we're going to go to war with Greenland, or whenever these things happen, it goes up. They say, oh, we're kind of in volatile times. So the price goes up, up, and up. Silver was even better. If we look at silver from 26 bucks up to 115. It's up 336% in 5 years. Now we make those kind of gains in crypto so like this, just to boomers. Can you see this? Okay, good. For boomers, okay, 274% is like a dream. And that's in 5 years. Like, oh my gosh, like crypto's going crazy. This is the kind of stuff we see in a day or a week. This is why we play in crypto, right? All the risk, all the reward. But this is telling you something. This is telling you something. And so I am aware because silver prices are up, gold prices are up, stock market stuff's in an all-time high. Crypto is not. Crypto is in a lull right now, right? Bitcoin, this chart is terrible. I don't know how all these little things got on here. I need to get rid of them. I don't know. These greens and blues, where do these come from? I don't use these. What is this? All right, we'll just have to look past them. Even this is ugly to look at. The 1-year chart of Bitcoin. Wow, has it really been? All right, we need to zoom out more. So you can see Bitcoin, we've gone up, we've gone down, and now we're kind of getting down. Are we going to plummet? Or are we going to go higher? Well, when I look at all these things, I see warning signs. That is what I see. I see warning signs that are telling me things. And the reason why I have my ears up on this topic of hyperinflation, the Great Reset, and suffering and becoming is because gold and silver are going up, but many people have no fear about a changing economy or a great reset. It's not on people's radar. And I kind of want to tell you about it. I've talked about it before, but I feel the need to express it for anyone who wants to listen. The idea about the great reset. I've known, I would say, people who are paying attention, who are not just chasing the hype and chasing a few dollars. The people who are paying attention know that this was coming soon. Robert Kiyosaki has been saying it's coming for like 10, 12 years. I always thought if Donald Trump was not elected president, that whenever the new president was elected, say it was Kamala Harris, sometime within that 4 years, we'd have an economic collapse, a great reset. I thought that would happen. I'm still not convinced that Trump can maneuver it, but I don't know. He talks a big game, the golden age and all this tariff stuff and the crypto passing. Maybe he pulls it off somehow, and this doesn't happen. Maybe he pulls it off. But we all expected, if you listen to influencers and the people who are paying attention, they all expected the biggest bull run of all time the biggest bull run ever, followed shortly later by some form of collapse and hard time, temporary hard time. We saw a bull run in essence in 2024-ish, 5-ish. I mean, we saw it. Like we saw these big runs, but we never saw market euphoria. We never saw all the same numbers. So we have reasons to believe that this is still in store, that as things get crazier, we experience this blow off the top, because that's what happens. The blow off the top, people go in, so much uncertainty, the gambling gets crazy, the numbers fly, and that's where you, if you're paying attention, you're locked in and you're investing and buying ahead of time, that's where you freaking win big, by the way. So we haven't seen that yet. So now we have a combination of things. Now we're going down a little bit, right? So now there's some more fear. I'm here talking about hyperinflation. I'm here talking about the Great Reset. That's kind of scary. I thought our bags were about to moon, right? I thought the cat coin super cycle was on the way. Kind of scary, kind of uncertain. What's going to happen? I put out a tweet, but not a lot of people follow me on the Genie, so it's not like it got mega traction. But I had said that, in my opinion, the Great Reset could happen in 6 years to 3 years. 6 months to 3 months. It could, I mean, there's a lot of things that tell us. Now I'm going to go a little bit further. Welcome in, Peanut. Glad to have you here, man. I hit some alpha already, but now we're on Great Reset and hyperinflation. I just covered on hyperinflation. Maybe you've seen some things on this. You have some thoughts on this. So so now from a crypto side of things, here is why I'm a fan of crypto. So if you're investing in meme coins, it's crazy to call this a hedge, right? If you're investing in something like Dreamcat, it's almost crazy to call this a hedge. You're talking about an economic collapse and blah, 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 and you're telling me a meme coin is safe. There's no way. No, I'm not saying it's safe. But if there's meme coins that are going to last the test of time, well, they're built on Solana. And Solana, everything says Solana will pass the test of time. So when you're holding meme coins, you're not just holding them, as long as it's going to stay alive, you're also holding Solana. So if the price of Solana goes up a lot, it's kind of like a hedge on your bet, right? Well, the thing I think about is when this Great Reset happens, guys, there's going to be some crazy prices, some crazy entries, but after that happens, the wealth is going to get funneled into crypto. The next system, I believe this pretty much conclusively, whenever the Great Reset comes, the next system is in crypto. The next system is on Web3. Regardless of what happens, we have all these rumors of, stable coins and a universal, a universal currency, which I don't really want, but it's going to be built on Web3. So this is why I say, regardless of the uncertainty, you buy, believe, you hold. Maybe you buy some of these lower prices. Maybe you watch to see what happens. Maybe you wait for the crazy crash and you get lucky and you exchange your worthless cash for some Bitcoin, some ETH, some Sol, some of your decade-long meme coins or NFTs or whatever you believe in. Maybe you do that. But just know, if there is a reset, it shifts to crypto. This is what happens. Now, all of what I've said so far is relevant. Everything I've said so far is relevant to the initial topic. You're not suffering. Oh my gosh, I see I made a typo. It says you're not suffering, you becoming. That's where that R, I saw a apostrophe RE on the back end. I wondered why that was there. Son of a gun. Well, forgive me for that. But the reason why I want to loop it all back in is because some people aren't going to make it. They're not going to make it, not because they can't, but it's because they weren't willing to endure the pain. And I want to prepare you to tell, like I explained the story about anxiety, right? How the suffering works. The suffering is not suffering. Your hardships are not hardships. They're shaping you to become battle tested. If you can believe in something, believe in an idea, you may experience some pain, as some people do. Oh, I believe in Bitcoin. They invest everything and they watch it go from 100K down to 10K. I'm like, oh, how's that working out now? But they had the belief, they had the vision, they weathered the storm. Maybe they had to move their money around, but it went back up and it changed their life. They were able to experience the abundance. They were able to experience the win because they were able to weather the storm and the suffering. now it is perceived. I see tweets each day. If you're still here in crypto, you're crazy. Who would be? Who would be? Because price just go down. You are becoming. If you believe in what you've invested in, if you believe where the market goes in the long term, you are simply becoming. And now you have the opportunity to pass up the weaker people. I'm not trying to be like all alpha. I'm just saying this is just true. Life is a competition. And those who sell losses, log off, they are going to come back when everything goes up, and they're going to lose all over again. And they're going to be forced to learn these lessons over. If you're here now, you're learning in real time. This is your school. This is your molding. This is your gym session. You're not suffering. You are becoming the person who can carry the weight. You are becoming the person who is battle tested. You are becoming the person who can weather the storm to come out on the other side a winner. That's what you're weathering. So I look on this, thing about, man, I have my bags. I haven't sold any of my bags. Yeah, you watch tens of thousands of dollars disappear in the thin air, but they're only gone if you don't believe in what you have and you choose to sell. So yes, I've seen that. Yes, I've weathered that. Now, what do I think? I think, okay, good, well, and dandy. I believe in this long-term vision. I believe in certain narratives and things. I believe certain things will happen. But now, am I fully prepared? No, not necessarily. Are you? I don't need to be fully prepared to say, let's just talk about it. I just want to talk about it. If you know this could happen and you want to play your cards right, this is, as dreamers, this is what we should be doing. Not complaining, not being victims. Oh, I was up. If only I sold. If you have those kind of thoughts, you're going nowhere. They're doing nothing for you. Oh, poor me, man. If I had a time machine, man. Oh, if I could tell myself one thing, man, if I do this, and then you try to take like egregious actions, and maybe if I gamble this month's rent, I can triple up and get back in the game. Man, you're going nowhere if that's the case. So now, as dreamers, we're here. We choose to show up each day, even when we don't see something happening or even when we don't see something moving. What are we going to do with this time? We want to conversate right here in the open domain out here with all the people. We want to chop it up and talk about it and say, man, what do we do? What kind of actions do we take? How should we be preparing for this? How can we prepare for this? If there is going to be a great reset, what do we need more of? That I'll be honest with you. This is a place where I am under invested, I guess you could say. I believe in XRP in the long term. I believe in things like Chainlink and HBAR, things like Proppy, which is tokenized real estate. I know Bitcoin's going to be here. I know Ether's going to be here. I don't think I need any of those. I know Solana's going to be here. To be honest with you, I'm heavy in meme coins still. And so that's where my fear goes off, where I say, oh, all good, 4-year cycle, it's either over or we have a super cycle maybe, and prices go up, prices go down. I'll have another chance to buy the lows and scoop up, Chainlink and Proppy and all that stuff on the lows. But if we have a reset, everything changes, right? And this is where some FOMO comes in. But we don't FOMO like other people FOMO. Other people are FOMOing out. They're saying Bitcoin's going down. How can I go out? If there is a reset, Bitcoin may fluctuate and go way down. But when it's over and things are up on the new system, Bitcoin's going to the moon, honestly. The all digital assets are. Why? Because the supply is limited. That's your economics lesson again. Bitcoin will go up because the supply is limited. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. The reason why we could have potential hyperinflation or a devaluing of the US dollar is because we're printing it into infinity. And there's just more and more and more. So it's worth less and less and less. And that's how you can lose a lifetime worth of wealth in that kind of event. And another tip I want to give you is I would encourage you to research this yourself. I used Grok personally because I was like, man, okay, what would happen if there was hyperinflation? I already covered this, but I researched on Grok, and people barter. So people barter, right? When let's just say, the whole economic system goes down, what are you going to trade? Ammo? Are you going to trade guns? Are you going to trade some gold coins, silver, because gold and coins still has value? Water could be an asset. Fitness, home gym sets during COVID, those were assets. The price skyrocketed on home gym assets, right? So if that were to happen, people barter things. I mean, that's also a time where if you have money, when these resets happen, by the way, this is sometimes can be a wealth transfer, because like in 2008, when we had the housing collapse, we said normally prices just keep going up, up, and up, right? They don't usually go down unless there is some form of collapse. When a collapse happens, it's like a leveling, a re-equalizing event. Like you have a shot. So now, man, if you invested, if you had some money, or maybe we do have a parabolic runoff before this great reset, and you take profits and then you hold in gold or something substantial, or maybe even USDC or something, and then prices go down like crazy. Now you can scoop up, get a couple properties. You can scoop up and buy cars from people who are over leveraged people during times like that could happen 6 months, 3 years, 5 years down the line. They become the losers. That's where like the wealth transfer happens. You buy pennies on the dollar. So to me, this is all relevant. Something I want to share. We have Turbo in the building. Good morning, fam. On my lunch break, listening to you, legend. Man, I appreciate the recent love. I see it, and I love it, and I appreciate it, and I try to reciprocate it when I can. So shout out to you. So I've already gone long here, but I want to do giveaway number 2. So giveaway number 1 was if you commented and retweeted in the first 20 minutes, you're entered to win. That would be pretty much Amos, possibly Kelly on the live comments. I see a few people commented on X. The second giveaway is the keyword. The keyword is hyperinflation. If you put hyperinflation in the live comments and you're here right now with us, like Turbo might be on lunch. If you're here right now with us, type hyperinflation in the live chat. Just like that, you're entered to win 10,000 Dream. We honor and appreciate your attention, because your attention is what is going to make it worthwhile. If you kind of just half-heartedly listen, in my opinion, it's like, I don't know. I like to, when I know something's important, I try to lock in on it. So when we know you're locked in, you're the person who is probably going to have the best results, right? When we're talking about dream chasing. So if you're here in the live chat, type in hyperinflation, you're entered to win 10,000 Dream. Our final giveaway will be the MVP, the person who's most active in the chat, the person who's commenting, tagging friends, retweeting, or following along in the live chat. That'll be our MVP. They'll also get 10,000 Dream. All right. I think I hit that. They're getting shorter and shorter. Sometimes they're long. This one is only 49 minutes so far. So now I want to rotate over. We're going to go check out the dream chart. And then I got 2 quotes of the day for you. Not just 1, 2. And we may expand on that. Okay. Quick peek at the dream chart. Where is the dream at right now? We are on the screen in the big bold for you. Current dream, $54,000 market cap. My man Coiny shared something in the Telegram today. I loved it. He's been dollar cost averaging, and he showed all of his buys. It was like 20 different buys. He just reached 1 million Dream today. So shout out to Coiny, who's been DCAing. Obviously, we're tied to Solana. Our liquidity is tied to Solana. So Solana goes down, we go down a bit. That's where our come down is here, because we don't even have big sells in the last 24 hours. Okay. And yeah, that's where we're at. 54,000 market cap. As a reminder, DreamCat mission. Check us out on the. Check these things out. You can go to the website and check that out as well. Dreamcat.xyz. But take a quick peek here. This is the DreamCat mission. I'm going to remind you, if you're just listening in or catching this episode, this is the DreamCat mission. Welcome to DreamCat, where dreams become reality. Together, we are building the largest community of dreamers in the world. A positive, organic movement built on belief. The belief is essential, and we're doing it actually right now. Like, dude, I'm just keep shouting out Coiny, but Raylan, I would definitely throw him in there. Libre, I'd definitely throw him in there. Mr. Scene, I see every day. I usually see Prince. So that is the litmus test. When I talked about becoming, weathering that storm, believing anyway, showing up anyway, becoming along the journey. Those are the people that are going to win the biggest. Those are the people that are going to buy at the lows, that are going to hold off on the highs, and in my opinion, win the biggest. So we're building an organic movement built on belief, where you are encouraged to pursue greatness and chase your biggest dreams. At 1 billion, we're going to give away $1 million wallet of DreamCat. At 10 billion, we change the world. And I believe that's true. When we get this messaging out, I think, man, what would it be like if 10,000 people were listening to this message live? What would that be like? It's really just about the right people. The message is amazing. What you have to do as a creator is you have to market, you have to build hype, you have to build attention. These are the kind of things that for you right now, while you're waiting, we're just waiting for Price Moon. No, a lot of you are building and creating. Like Libre, he's building a personal brand. Man, it's coming along really well. I love to see it. So he's not waiting. He's becoming in real time. He's shaping himself, becoming a sharper person. So when the good times do roll, man, people are going to look to those people who were always building, like communities like Turbo and Fine and Peasy. Off the top of my head, Ninja Cat. I can say all of these are only getting better, are only growing, are only improving along the way. So people know that. People pay attention. So that's the dream chart. Okay, you got to look at that. Next, let's go to the quotes of the day. 2 of these. And obviously, they're super related to what we talked about here. Let's start with number 1. Here it is. Growth and strength come through suffering. Growth and strength come through suffering. Without suffering, humankind would be no better than children. I don't know who Christina Farley is, but I plucked out this quote because I already know, basically, I didn't need an exact quote. I already know the power of suffering. I already know, they say no pain, no gain. There's many other cliche sayings, but growth and strength come through suffering. Can you get that through your head? Can you understand that your hardships, you could wallow, you could be a victim, you could complain, you could alienate yourself, you could look for sympathy, or you could look in the mirror and say, okay, I've had so much hardship. I've been rugged so many times. I've been hacked so many times. Maybe it's because my destiny is so big that I had to be built. I was tested by the universe. I go around telling people, I have a dream, but then I crumble every time I'm faced with adversity. Oftentimes, these hardships are put in front of you as a test. Your test is what becomes your testimony. You want to be able to speak on a stage someday, talk about your dream, inspire the world. It's impossible without suffering. When you are the person who says, oh, I bought, here's what you don't understand, because everyone wants to get rich, right? I understand this. Everyone wants to get rich. What you don't understand is if you just bought your first meme coin for $300 and it goes to $1 million, you never experience the hardships. Therefore, you never experience the lessons. Therefore, naturally, your lessons are going to come from you losing your $1 million. That is your real world life school. This is why suffering is just becoming. You didn't fail. You didn't fail when you lost. You have become. You have been shaped for the higher journey, but it only helps if you don't give up, if you don't quit. So you have to stay on the wagon, but you're being empowered. You're like, this is how I justify everything. I mean, I could think off the top of my head. Let's talk about as a dream community. We've had hardships. We got Peter. Come on, Peter. Peter dumps on us every single day, right? He bought big, he believes big, and then he just dumps all the time. He dumped like a $10,000 bag, just dumps. We got hacked live on stream. So 75% of our evaluation was lost because I did a stream like this and we didn't understand about VPNs, and somehow they hacked in through our stream, and I was hacked. And I lost a significant amount of money, including one giant dream wallet that was sold. That is tough. Could have quit there. Some people said, man, so what's now? Are we going to relaunch? Is it over? Some people left at that moment. They didn't come back. Some people left shortly after that because said, oh, nothing's happening in 6 months. And this is what my topic was going to be about today, but I'm going to save it until next week because I pivoted. So we'll save that one up. But yeah, those people left. And now what do? How did this shape me? Well, I've gotten better now. Now I realize, man, that was a blessing in disguise, because if we got the dream community to 50 million market cap and we had that great success and that great moment that's bound to happen, I mean, we could have lost it all from there. So it's such a good thing that it happened now before we even solidified who we are. It's actually a blessing in disguise because it allowed us to get greater security. Right now, I'm recording this video on a burner laptop. I had to learn my lesson. If you've got to hack this laptop, there's nothing on it. There's nothing here. There's no wallets. There's no nothing. So don't even bother. Lesson learned. VPNs, different things, different firewalls, blah, blah, blah. Lessons learned. Okay. So you learn a lot of things from these, but sometimes it kicks you out of the game. A lot of people get kicked out of the game from these hardships. If you're becoming, your suffering is a lesson. Your suffering is a stepping stone. Your test is a testimony. Okay? So now, what kind of thing what does that do for your mind? What does that do for your mind? Is anyone here going through anything? Is anyone bold enough to share in the comments? If you are, I'm reading them. Is anyone going through a hard time? Do you want to share what it is? Hey, I just lost my job. Hey, I'm going through a divorce. Hey, I don't know. I got mega rugged. I'm curious to know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. If anyone's going through something right now. If you are, you're experiencing some form of suffering. I've done it many times before. But if you can pause everything and assess and acknowledge that at this moment, you are, what would I say? It's not actually, if you could acknowledge in your suffering that you're not actually suffering, you're becoming, it gives you a whole different stance now. Oh, this is happening to me. So I am strong enough to carry the weight of greatness that awaits me. If the most money you've ever had is $1,000, $10,000 savings, we'll say, is the most money you've ever had, and $1 million, $2 million comes into your hands, how are you going to be ready to handle that? You are building the strength. You are building the hardship, the lessons, the mind, the discipline, the belief systems to be able to carry the weight of greatness. When you fail to do this, going back to what I was saying, if you invest $300 and it becomes $2 million, your lessons are going to be learned through your losses. Oh, you trusted a family member. Oh, you continue to feed people instead of teach them how to grow. Oh, you had to invest in a few businesses. Oh, you had to buy a few rugs. And now the great equalizer happened. You went from, $1.5 million and you came all the way back to your thermostat. You came all the way back to 10K. Now you're back to 10K and you say, damn, I had to lose $1.5 million. But from here, oh man, I know exactly what to do because I was tested. I suffered. So almost it's like the more bad things you've been through and you've overcome, the better prepared you are to carry the weight of greatness. And this all ties back to my story at the barbershop today. I told this dude, Angel is his name. I told him all the hard stuff. I said, not only did I get attacked by the dog, this got stolen from me. The cops came for this. Sleeping on their mattress here, head problem here, panic attack here, all this stuff. He said, all that happened in 7 days, in 2 weeks? I said, yes. And that's why I was so broken down. But because it did, if you took what I know today and you brought me back there, I would have been better way faster. I wouldn't have suffered like I did. I suffered like I did because I lived in the experiences. I just didn't. Man, I'm just grateful, honestly. I told them all those things and I said, but now I'm so strong because look at what I've done. I went from in shambles to I can do anything. I'm back. I've rebuilt it. Now I have strength. My suffering was my becoming. And that is my lesson for today. That was the topic. You're not suffering, you're becoming. Let's be mindful of these trialist times in Web3. I love the energy. There's actually no one who's complaining or saying anything in the chat. We had some tremendous energy in the last 24 hours. People rating, people sharing positive things. Shout out to Ben who said, man, I got further in my dream. I went to New Zealand and I booked this campsite and I hiked this trail. Like, I'm proud actually of the dreamers who are showing up, putting in the work, focusing on the positive. So you guys are doing great on that front. Let's keep moving forward. Let's keep building and upwards and onwards. So we'll do those giveaways now. We're going to have another stream on Saturday. Some of you guys like those better. It's the book club. We're going to talk about the book, The Secret. It's kind of like this on Dream Talk, but on steroids. So we We talk about the book, we talk about manifestation things, and then we expand stories. It's Saturday, it's late at night. That'll be 9 o'clock Eastern on Saturday if you want to pull up just like this. Other than that, yeah, I think we do the giveaways and we're on the way. So let's take a peek at Twitter here. I saw a few people share. Let's see who can get in on these giveaways. So we got Amos was early comments. So I'm gonna tell you what. Amos, you're just going to win off the jump because you obviously pulled up first to comment. So 10,000 dream for Sir Amos. Congrats to you for commenting in the first 15 minutes. Easy game. Next, looking at X for MVP or engaged. Shout out to Peanut pulling up, dropping a comment. Well, we appreciate that, brother. Says he's going to listen back. Love it. I see you, Space Girl Penguin. Man, we got like the least engagement. Are we like no one's online today or what? This is probably the lowest shared stream we ever had before. I got to investigate. Maybe everyone's on vacation today. 6 and 5. We've never seen that. It's normally like 20. So this is probably, maybe it's a test to the market. So people are still here, but at the same time, some people logged off doing other things because the volatility of the prices. Not to worry. If you're here, you get it. You're one of those people who is battle tested. So shout out to Peanut, double comment, engage. Amos with the reshare. Looks pretty easy to me. We put that on. Appreciate you, Turbo. So I put that on, I'd say Amos and Peanut, we would say. And I've seen a few people here from YouTube. If you were still commenting, I would enter you as well. Like Kelly, even though you're in here, you commented a ton, but I just doubt that you're still here. But if you were, I'd put you on. So we got Peanut versus Amos. Amos number 1. So let's flip a coin here. Oh, let me show it on live. Okay, so we got Amos. Amos is heads. Peanut, your tails. Oops, doesn't count. It's a good day to be famous Amos. It is heads. So Amos wins 20,000 dream today. Congratulations. I didn't see anyone type in the keyword. So hold on to that dream. Nothing there. And yeah, that's what I got today. So we pull up. We stay consistent. We do it, Space Girl Penguin. I hope you enjoyed it. Since I see your comment here, I want to tell you, I like your IG stories, or you're making them in TikToks, but I'm seeing them on IG. And I see you're doing them at the gym. So I just want to spread some encouragement to you because we talked about suffering in the gym and putting in the work can be pain in the gain. And I know you're on a, health journey and you're also on a mindset journey. I noticed that you gravitate towards, you're into personal development. You're into self-help and the good things. So honored to have you here. I know you fit that vibe and I am rooting for you that you can turn that suffering that maybe you've experienced before or you're experiencing now into the becoming the greatest Sam Space Girl Penguin you can be. So shout out to you. Appreciate you. All right. That's all, folks. Catch ya on Saturday for the Secret Dreamers Library. Cheerio. That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we're building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, is a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream. But guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary, or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dreamcat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.